what's going on? It's your boy Coach here. So day 7 is in the books, which means week 1 is over. Pretty successful week. Had to make some adjustments, but we got there. In terms of results, so I started at 195 pounds. And unfortunately, I weighed in this morning at about 191. It's a little bit fast for what I need to do, but I also know that having less salt and less carbs, I'm going to hold less water. Therefore, I would assume that it's about a couple pounds of water. So this week, I'm actually bringing my calories a little bit up. One of the cool things about tracking food and staying with the data is that I averaged about 3,200 a day, which I was going for 3,000, which shows me 3,000 would be maybe a little bit too low. So we're going to probably go 3,400 a day for next week. But for the week, basically we stayed under our goal. I don't know if you can see that, but MyFitnessPal has a cool thing where you can actually look at your week stats overall based on that last day. I can show that later how that works. In terms of our nutrients, we had about 250 grams of protein a day on average, 316 grams of carbs, and 120 grams of fat, and about 80 grams of fiber. So a lot of fiber on this. I drink a lot of fluids because, like I said, I want to get my digestion really going, and that what actually did work out well. As far as sodium, that's something else I like to track. It says about 5,700 or almost 6 grams, which is 3 times the recommended daily. But since I'm drinking plenty of water, I actually do want to hold on to some of that because, like I said, I need it for recovery. If you start depleting water, you can lose that weight kind of fast or look a little bit better, but also you'll have less recovery, in my opinion. I might tend to notice I'm a little more sore, so I kind of like keeping my body, a little bit bloated per se. And plus, creatine is going to help me with water too. So overall, one little tip I had for yesterday was day 7. Is I like to do kind of a form of intermittent fasting just for that day. It helps me with my caloric control. So I actually don't have my first meal until about noon because my Sunday mornings is very busy. So we have a number of obligations that we do. And so therefore, it's kind of easy not to eat. Plus, we go shopping and things like that. So, and then I kind of like to taper off and stop about maybe between 6 or 7. And so just having that small window of, eating helps me keep that my calories in check. So we're going to start this week off strong. I already got my meal prep done. We're probably going to maybe have a little video clip put in here somewhere where we can start seeing some of the ways we can prep food and do it in bulk and do it quickly. Here for week 1, the first 2 habits you're going to work on is number 1, acquiring and using a food scale. And it's imperative that you use this in order to be successful because it's going to help you with accounting for the closest calories. Now we can't count every single calorie just because food has so much variation, but we can be as close as we can in order to figure out how much we're consuming on an average basis. So what we're going to do is either go to Amazon or Target or Walmart, and you get these for about 10 to 20 bucks. This is the one I have, and basically we'll go through the use on more of this as we go, but you can go from grams, which will usually be on a label, and you can switch to different units. There's ounces. Make sure whatever surface is on is level, and actually this is a bad idea to be on that. So you want to make sure you're on a level surface because it's very, very sensitive. So but basically, yeah, you're just going to put your food on there. You're going to weigh it before consuming. And like I said, we're not going to really change a whole lot with our nutrition this week because it's kind of cool to see how much we're actually consuming. It's an eye-awakening moment most of the time when we're unaware. We tend to think we're eating so many calories and it's lower, but it's often underestimated. So this is going to help you with that and see sizes, portion sizes, in terms of all the different macros as we get better at this, how much calories are really in some of the foods we're consuming. And so that's what we're going to need this week, and start using that for each and every meal or every item of food that you consume. The next thing is going to be, this is MyFitnessPal, and so you can download this app. Basically what you can do is go ahead and just make sure to go through some tutorials, because that's kind of what helps me be successful, is that having my meals ready to eat, I don't have to think about it. I kind of stay ahead of the game. I kind of have my week planned out, and even though today's a holiday, I already have meals that I'm ready to take down and keep me in my deficit, which, like I said, we're coming up in calories, which would be the opposite of what most programs would do. They would say, hey, that big weight loss is great. Let's keep that up and No, I just know from past if I lose it too fast, not only am I losing muscle, but it's easier to rebound once I've hit my goal. So, which we don't want to do. We want to stay down there. So, that's going to be it for today. We'll see you tomorrow for our update.